Hi everyone, welcome back to Monday Medz. Yes, I'm back in the mall, in another mall. I hope you enjoyed last week's video on part two, and today we're doing part one, and today we're doing part two. However, I'd like to give some shout out to you, Sylvia, Susanna, and Ileana. Just met you at shout out to you guys. And yes, Susanna, I'll be doing a video for married people soon. So yes, also shout out to you, Tamia. Nice to meet you. All the best with your dating relationship for the first time. And yes, shout out to you, Shalene, and shout out to you, Tamila, or Tamelia, and shout out to you, Eric and May. All the best with your dating relationship, and thank you so much for those tips and laughter. So, as we go into dating, social health and dating part two, I hope you enjoyed last week. I hope you learned a lot. And for the interest of time, I will not recap what I said. I will just ask you to check out the video previous to this. And I will do a link. I'll put a link in the description section of this video. So many things I wanted to say last week that I will say, hopefully I'll say them today. And so one thing I want to highlight that I forgot to say last week, which should have been first and foremost, is that, as we said, dating is to get married, right? You're looking for someone to spend the rest of your life with. So if you're married, you should not be dating, guys. If you're married, you should not be dating. Yes, you should have date nights and dates or days with your spouse, but you should not be dating other people. And so there are many people who are married and they're on dating websites, and sometimes their spouses found an account or find an account of them dating on the website. Yes, you should not be doing that, okay? So if you find yourself doing that and you're married, you got to either figure out what's going on in your marriage and what you want to do about it. And so today, as we go into social health and dating, there are many people who use dating apps, many people who use online dating, and there are teens who use dating apps also that you have to be aware, parents, that you got to make sure you have the passwords to your or the passcodes to your children's phone, their passwords to the websites, their social media websites. You got to know that, and you got to keep a track of what they're doing online. And so we talked about so many things we talked about in dating last week that I want to make mention, or I want to highlight, that you have to take time to know each other. You have to take time to know each other. As the song says from Percy Sledge, take time to know her. It's not an overnight thing. Take time to know her. Yes, guys, you gotta take time to know the woman that you're dating. And yes, ladies, you gotta take time to know the man you're dating. Okay, you gotta take time. And if you want a lasting relationship, you have to make sure that you give it time and not rush into things. Not rush into things. And you have to spend time communicating. Yes, guys, you have to take time to communicate. You have to communicate what your hopes and dreams are. Communicate, tell each other how your day was. Get to know each other more. And yes, you got to take the time to communicate and use, you have eye contact with each other. Put away the phones, guys. Put away the phones and take some time to get to know each other, and in a personal way. And I know last week I started, and I promised you I'd show you what my husband recommended. And I did start talking about this that I'll mention right now, that many of you, I did talk about saving sex for marriage, say no to sexual activity. And many of you find it hard to say no to sex. And one of the things that I wanted to say last week, that I went into another tangent because I wanted to save it for this week, is that you have to, if you cannot wait for marriage to have sex, you have to make sure you protect yourself, ladies and men. Yes, there's so many things. Yes, my husband gave me this last week to show you that even though many of you are not Christians and many are Christians, and you find it hard to say no to sex and wait for marriage, you definitely have to use a condom. It is a social health issue if you don't and you're having sex, especially if you're having sex with so many different people, guys. There's so many diseases that are going on. I don't advocate, like I said last week, I don't advocate sex before marriage. I always say, wait, you can wait. God can give you the strength to wait. However, if you feel like you cannot wait, you find it hard to, be sure to get a condom. Take a condom. And as I say this, I did say last week, don't have sex on your first date. Many women do, many men do. Definitely, you got to take some time to know each other. And I cannot stress that too much. I know I cannot stress that too much. So another thing I did say that I need to be balanced. Last week I said that women need to learn, men need to learn when women say no. Also, thank you so much for this, my friend. I won't identify you, you know yourself, that you gave me this tip that women also need to know and accept when men say no. Many women force men into having sex with them, and if they don't have sex with them, they call them all different sorts of names. Some I will not say any of them, but women out there, if you are forcing your boyfriend or a guy to have sex with you, understand that that is not right. And so I needed to balance it. Thank you so much for that tip and for sharing your story with me last week. Also, I I will put some video links in this the description section of this video. Definitely check out this video, Time Alone. Time Alone, it's a powerful video. I will not go into the details of it, but check that out. Time Alone, I will post it on the video section of, or the description section of this video. So also, you have to, when you communicate, you gotta ask wise questions. Don't just talk for talking's sake, but you have to make sure you ask wise questions and listen and look. You know, many times you can look and see your answers or answers to the questions you would have asked only if you had taken the time to look and observe. All right, so that's one thing I wanted to point out. And also, I'm at the mall. I know many people go, so we did talk about going to the mall, going to public places when you have your date. Another place many people go is the church. Many people find a great partner in church, and it's a great place to find your spouse. And also many people go to the movie theater to find a spouse. And be careful, ladies, be careful, and I should say guys, but more so ladies, be careful of the guys who want to take you to movies and then take you out or take you home, because sometimes they do that. I actually had an experience like that a guy wanted to take me out take me out to eat, then to the movies, and then you would know what would happen next. But no, we actually stopped it at the mall and didn't go any further. So I want to point that out to you and know where you're going. And before I forget, or before I wrap up, I want to make sure that I point this out, that guys, you got to make sure that you're working. If you're dating and you want to sustain a relationship, you have to make sure that you have a job. Yes, you have to have a job. And check out the video that I'll share from Dr. Miles Monroe, the late Dr. Miles Monroe. It's a very, very good video. I want you to check that out. And also, if you want to find a good partner, you have to go to places that you'll find good kind of people, or kinds of people. One place is the church. Yeah, you can find good people, but not necessarily everybody who is in church are good people. So you have to remember that also. And I will encourage you women, wait on your Boaz. Wait on your Boaz, as you know the story of Ruth and Boaz. Wait on your Boaz. And men, yes, wait on your Rachel. Wait on your Rachel. That's my encouragement for you today. And so as I wrap up, Before I wrap up, how about dating at a certain age, older than 40, 50, 60s, 70s? Can a person in their 60s and 70s still go on date or still have a be dating? Yes. Yes, you can still be dating at 60 or 70 or 80, even 90 years old. People are dating and getting married. So don't frown on a person or couples who you may see going out, or even your parents. Don't be telling them they're too old to date, because everybody needs someone to love. And so, ladies, and gentlemen, I'm going to encourage you before I wrap up that you got to take care of yourself. Like we talk about, social health begins with you. You got to take care of yourself. You got to smile. Smile. Yes, you got to smile. And if you're busy, you don't have the time for a dating relationship, nor so yes, this is not the time. You probably need to choose another time, okay? Because dating takes time, and if you want a good relationship, it takes time. And also, you will attract the person that you are usually. So I'm going to encourage you that you will be the person you want to marry or you want to date, that you will attract that person. And one tip or advice before I go: married people and parents, do not pressure your children, especially your grown children, to get in a dating relationship or to get married. Do not do that. It's too much pressure. The world is putting too much pressure on people already. So encourage them to go out and have fun and to meet people, yes, but not to pressure them to get married or to be in a relationship. And I'll pause right here, but before I go, I want to tell you this: charm is deceitful, beauty is vain, but a woman who fears the Lord, she shall be praised. And that's the wise words from Solomon, found in Proverbs 31, verse 30. Are you a Proverbs 31 woman? I would encourage you that you will fear God and trust God that He will take care of you and take care of your dating relationship. And guys, I have to be balanced. So yes, guys, trust God that He will allow you to find that Eve that you are looking for. Have a wonderful week, everybody. And remember, God be with you.